Hi, my name is Deidre, and I am so excited for you to join me today for this class where we will work with the chair. And so we'll go over basic stretches that you can do throughout the workday. For example, if you work at home or maybe you work at a desk. And so we'll just cover easy ways that you can stretch and lift and extend to kind of break up the tension that we sometimes get in the sides and the shoulders and the back after sitting for a long time. So if you work at a desk or work at home, we'll cover ways in which you can incorporate these simple stretches in your workday. And then we'll also take a look at ways that you can even wind down, certain poses that help us wind down at the end of the day. Um, so first, let's take a look at our chair. And so whichever chair you use when you're working, a lot of our chairs are so low here. See how my hips are quite down and my knees are just a little higher than my hips. So because this chair pulls me down here and the knees lift up, the lower position for the hips actually will cause my spine to be pulled down. A lot of our chairs are like this, especially if we have a chair with a cushion. We kind of sink into the cushion and that also pulls the spine down. So one of the first things that we can do as far as just being able to sit a bit more comfortably or sit in a way that's lifting the spine, we can figure out the proper support for our chair. So like I said, my hips are low, my knees are a little bit higher than my hips. I'm going to take a blanket. This is just a yoga blanket. You might add another pillow. You can use towels or even just fold up a throw or an actual blanket so that it gives you a little height on the chair. So now when I sit, my hips and my knees are in line, and right away that gives me this lift in my lumbar back. And that lift is effortless. I'm not having to do anything to be able to sit up straight and tall. So I want you to see again when I'm not using that height, see how the lower back is slightly pulled down and everything kind of comes down, the sides down, the shoulders even round a bit forward. But when I add the height, now I'm sitting up tall through here. My sides can lift and everything just has space to lift and open up. So you can take a look at the chair that you're in and see, do you have enough height under your hips? With that extra height, especially if you are taller, or maybe you are just someone that has longer legs, or maybe you're just sitting in the chair that's a bit lower. So we put that height underneath to give this kind of effortless lift and opening. The other side of this can be true as well. So if you are sitting in a tall chair and your feet kind of dangle, maybe barely touch the floor, you might have, for example, if I add more height onto my chair, just to kind of give an example of a chair that's too tall to where my feet kind of dangle. Now I'm not really grounded. I'm sitting up tall, but I don't have that kind of grounding where my feet are firmly planted on the floor. So if that's the case, you would take, again, a blanket, maybe towels, or just something under your feet so that your feet are grounded there. And this especially will help us for what we'll do later on, which is using the legs to help us lift in some of the various stretches that we do. So once we figured out our support, whatever support we need under the hips, have your feet a little about hips width apart. So feet and the legs a little apart, and you can place your hands on your thighs. So imagine here that you were going to stand up without leaning forward. Sometimes when we go to stand up, we come forward and then we stand up. So without leaning forward, can you imagine you're going to stand up? So what that action requires is that we press our heels down. And then from the heels pressing down, the muscles in the legs will start to engage. Don't do that. Feel what happens to the lower back and the sides of the waist. Press your heels down like you're going to stand up. Press your heels, engage the muscles in the legs. Feel that lift that comes up through the sides. Relax that. And then one more time, do again. Press your heels, feel the legs active and engaged, and the sides lift. So even though we're sitting, we're right now using our legs to help get this lift up in the sides. And this is so important that we get that support from the legs rather than the back. Because if my back does it, if I try and sit up tall from my back, I might be putting too much pressure here. And then I might be kind of gripping and hardening myself here as well. So we'll press the feet down and engage the legs just as we would if we were standing up straight. And so now, as you do that, as you press your feet and engage the legs, stretch your arms out to the sides. Turn your palms to the ceiling. And sometimes we turn the hands and the shoulders are up. Can you exhale, relax the shoulders, and then see when we rotate the arms, the top shoulders will roll back. Take a look over at your right hand, bring that hand in line with the shoulder, spread your fingers wide with that right shoulder quiet, not pulled down, just relaxed. With that shoulder quiet, reach your fingers out to the side. So your fingers pull the arms, and then see how the arm will even get the center of the chest to spread in that direction. Now keep that and look over at your left hand. Bring that hand in line with the shoulder. Relax the shoulder away from the ears. Again, not pulling down, that'll shrink the sides. We just relax the shoulder. And now press your feet and reach your left fingers out to the side. So the fingers will pull the wrist will pull the elbow, the arm, and now we will feel our chest spread out in two directions. From here now, press your feet and lift your arms up and over your head. Now, even though we're putting this effort in the arms and the legs, sometimes our lower back is so fast. See how the lower back moves that way? Can you exhale? Relax the abdomen. And with the abdomen quiet, press your feet, lift your arms to bring that full stretch up through the sides. And then release, take the arms out and down. So the lift that we're getting through the sides, it's coming from not any work in the back or the torso at all. The torso will just follow the direction of the efforts of the arms and the legs. Let's do that again. So the feet a little apart. See that your feet are also parallel, so your toes don't turn out or in. And you can take your hands to your thighs to start. Press your feet like you're going to stand up. So we press the feet, engage the muscles in the legs. With that lift, stretch your arms out to the sides. Turn the palms to the ceiling. Can you keep your hands in line with the shoulders as you relax the shoulders? Spread and extend your fingers. And now with an inhalation, press the feet down and raise your arms up and over your head. Exhale, relax the abdomen. Inhale, lift your fingers, lift your arms to fully extend the sides. And then release, take the arms out and down. So again, the lift in the arm helps to pull the sides up. Now, take your arms around the backrest of the chair. And so here we don't have our arms overhead to help lift the sides. So we have to figure something else out. Watch as I lift my upper arms, almost like I'm shrugging my shoulders. See that lift in the upper arms and how it pulls the sides of my chest, side ribs, and side to the waist up. I keep that lift, so my shoulders are going to be up a little closer to my ears than normal maybe. My shoulders will be up just a little while longer as I roll my shoulders back. Let me show you from behind what is happening there. So I lift the arms to create that length through the sides. Now with that length, my upper arms go back and the sides of my chest move forward. Notice my shoulder blades and back ribs, that part of the back, the upper back, starts to move in. And that is what is helping support the lift in the spine, the lift and opening in the chest, as well as the position of the head and neck. Often when we're sitting, we're not necessarily sitting like this. From the work that we've been doing, we're more sitting like this. So see how my upper back moves that way. My shoulders round forward, my head and neck are forward, and I'm not getting that lift through the sides. So we want to change that lift and open, but not from a place that's forced from the lower back, a place that's lengthening the lower back and connecting into the upper back. Let's do that. We'll take the hands around the backrest of the chair. As you inhale, press your feet like you're going to stand up. From here, inhale, shrug your shoulders towards your ears so the lift in the shoulders pulls the sides of the body up. And now keep that lift as you take your shoulders not down, but straight back. And as the shoulders and the upper arms go back, can you get here, the side chest to move forward? Now balance your head and your neck straight. And that teaches us something also. Our head was probably down a little bit. When we've been staring at a computer screen, our head kind of dips down. Now with the head and neck straight, press your feet, lift the chest and stretch your arms back. So we get the length in the sides, the support in the back, and all of that supports this full opening to the front. And then relax. Stretch your arms out to the side. Turn the palms to the ceiling. As you inhale, press your feet, raise the arms up and over your head. See if the lower back gets excited. Can you exhale? Relax the abdomen. Press your feet, lift your hands, lift your arms, lift the sides. Release, take the arms out and down. Take your arms around the backrest of the chair. Press your feet, raise the upper arms, lift the sides. With that lift, can you take the upper arms back and the sides of the chest forward? Balance the head and neck straight, and then press your feet, lift the top chest to the ceiling. And then exhale and release. Inhale, stretch your arms out again. Turn the palms to the ceiling, press your feet, stretch the arms up. Sometimes our arms will rotate this way. Can you turn your arms so that your biceps turn in towards your ears? When you do that, you'll feel your shoulder blades spread and wrap around the back. With that, press your feet, lift your fingers, lift your arms. So when the shoulder blades clamp onto the back, the shoulder blades with the lift in the arms help to lift the ribs up. And then release, take the arms out and down. We'll come into a twist next. So if you sit in a chair, maybe that has arm rest, or maybe your chair just doesn't have a backrest, you can twist just like this. So we take one hand to the knee, the other hand to the edge of the chair, or if there's an armrest here on the armrest, or you can even take your hand to the backrest. You can twist that way. If you have a chair that does not have armrest and has a backrest, you can sit sideways, and then we can use the backrest to help us twist. So before we do anything, here we're twisting, but before we even get into the twist, we have to lift the sides. So remember how I lift my sides. I press my heels down. I can raise my upper arms just like we did before to get that lift up through the sides. And now keeping that lift, watch, see how my elbows up, not down, but up in line with my shoulder. I'll relax my shoulder, and then my elbow will pull my upper arm. See how my elbow and upper arm go this way, and this whole side turns. Now, if my shoulder does this, the arm can't get that, help that turning to come. So I have to relax the shoulder, and then I can stretch that arm to turn. So we'll turn to the right first. So if you're sitting like I am here, you can sit with your right side to the backrest. If you're sitting this way, you'll just lift and turn towards your right leg. When you're ready, inhale, press your feet, lift the arms up, exhale, and turn towards the right leg. With an inhalation, press your feet, raise your upper arms to lift the sides, and now with that lift, relax that left shoulder and pull the left elbow and upper arm out to the side. You can even imagine your left hand there is trying to pull the chair away from you. And then roll the right shoulder back. Press your feet, lift the sides, lift the chest. Exhale, pull with the left hand, roll the right shoulder back. One more, deep inhalation, go up. Exhale and turn. And then release. And we'll go to the other side. So if you're sitting sideways, you can stand up and then sit with your left side against the chair. When you're ready, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, turn to the left. Have your elbows up in line with the shoulders. Press your feet, raise the upper arms to lift the sides. With that lift, exhale, relax the abdomen and reach the left elbow out to the side. Remember, the right elbow will now extend. But remember how we relax that shoulder so that when we pull the elbow, the whole arm will stretch in that direction. And then roll the left shoulder back. Inhale, press your feet, lift the sides. With that lift, exhale, relax the abdomen, spread the elbows and turn. One more deep inhalation, lengthen. Exhale and turn. And then release. And we'll do one more time each side. This time I'll show how we twist sitting this way. When you inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, turn to the right. So if you're sitting this way where your back is against the backrest, take your left hand to your right knee. Right hand can either rest on the armrest if you have one or up on the backrest. When you're ready, press your feet, lift the sides. As you exhale, you can press your left hand into your knee, but press the knee back into your hand and pull your left side chest forward. And then with the right hand there, can you roll the right shoulder back? Inhale, press your feet, lift the sides, lift the chest. Press with the left hand, press the knee back into your hand, pull the left side chest forward and roll the right shoulder back. And then release, come back to center. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, turn to the left. So now as you press your right hand into your knee, press your knee back into your arm. And as that connection comes, can you get here, that right side chest now, to pull forward? And then with your left hand at the side there, roll the left shoulder. Inhale, press the feet, raise the sides up. And as you exhale, press your hand into your leg back into your hand, and pull the side chest forward and roll the shoulder back. And then release. And now we'll all sit in the chair this way where the back is against the backrest. You can separate your feet wider than the chair legs. As you inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, come forward. Crawl your fingers forward to stretch the arms and the sides. Let the abdomen rest. Let the head and neck relax. Take some deeper breaths here just to spread and open the back body. Now, if you're at work, especially in an office, it may not exactly be appropriate to do this. If you feel fine doing this at work, you can absolutely do this. At home, you may feel a little more comfortable. Nobody else is around. And you can fold forward this way to open up the back body. From here, we'll slowly walk the hands back. Take your hands up on your thighs. Roll your shoulders, open the chest. And then we'll come to stand. So we'll do just kind of one more pose. This is a nice wind down. So say it's at the end of the workday and you go through this sequence again, and you can do it at whatever speed that you need. If it's at the end of the day and you're wanting to kind of rest for a few minutes, you can rest like this. So I take my hips up on my blanket or a pillow, and my legs can rest on the chair. We see here the blanket's just under the hips and a part of the lower back. The arms can spread a little wider than your shoulders. And then watch, I'll just tuck my shoulders down and in. So I stand on the tops of the shoulders, and I get this kind of gentle and soft opening to the front. So in this quick class today, we worked with lifting the sides and lifting the chest, and how to do that without putting strain on the back, but still finding that freedom in the spine, that full opening in the chest. Now we get the length in the sides, opening in the front, but we can rest in that extension. With the work out of the way, now let yourself settle and rest. And when you're ready, we'll just gently lift the hips and slide your blankets or your pillows to the side. And we'll lower the back and buttocks down. So now the back can settle in this neutral position. This is a great pose to take if you're feeling some back pain. Even if you don't do the rest of the class, maybe you come home and you just put your legs up on the couch and you rest here, letting the back settle and release. And we'll take just a few more breaths here. When you're ready, gently hug your knees into your chest, roll to your side, and then keep your head and neck quiet as you press your hands and lift yourself up. You can make your way into a tall seat. Join your hands together at your chest, sit up tall. Thank you so much for joining class today.